can eat it. Other creatures can eat it too. One can pray for long hair. She can pray for too much. As long as she's living, her hair will grow in a salon.
And a bread will be handsome. You can pray for money. I know you get money. The women will roll. I'm a brother, I'm doing well, mama. I'm a brother, I'm doing well, mama. Sweet, guess I will leave. No, I'm a brother, never wear my way go.
You take it from you today, I will take it from you tomorrow, sister. You take it from there today, I will take it from you tomorrow, brother. Oh, guess I believe, guess I believe, oh, guess I believe. Now for the news.
Sweet, guess I will leave. No, but go alone, yeah. I'm a brother, never wear my way go. Sweet, guess I will leave. No, but go alone, yeah. You my big idea.
You want me to have the guy? What blow? Sweet, sweet, guess I believe. Now for good alone. No quiet, no quiet, no come to pattern you. No quiet, no quiet, no come to pattern you. No quiet, no quiet, no come to pattern you. No, look out, look at me, bear, look out. No, look out, look at me, bear, look out.
I'm a brother, where my work at mama. I want to go. No, but go alone, nunca, none. Oh, I'm a brother, my got to wear. Mama. Oh, my.
Sweet, 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 sweet. Yeah. Hi. Quiet. Hey, I am Papa, Professor June Stopper.
Open the door.
This church is that the fire for fire.
And so, folks, the Secretary General of the Coalition of Democratic Change, Geraldine T. Koji, visits the fire incident, the fire scene of the Apostolic Foundation School and that of the Fire for Fire Church here in St. around the Bamuman area. So folks are in some conversation with the authority of the school, some church, the pastor.
Sini para ada after the point you come in looking. So that is looking at the issue people to our the entire work.
This is the scene.
We didn't paga funny paga ni ne pela funny ya pinga mi ka paga eti ai da show be eh pagi da wo pini paga da
Folks, this is the incident. This is the scene of the incident that occurred this afternoon here in Monrovia, where the Apostolic Foundation School got the fire. Because of this fire is unknown, we let you know what actually caused to the fire outbreak that led to the damage of this property here. So the Secretary General of the Coalition of Democratic Change, Jehovah said this in a closed door meeting with the head of this area, the pastor of this area. So the cause of this fire, the cause of the fire here is still unknown. We are yet to know what actually caused the fire that led to the burning of this house. This is the school. As you can see up there, the entire building have been used. And so the worshipers
Friday, from the team I'm trying to put it together to find a way to get it. That's my plan now. Find a way to temporary
Can we just talk to you together? What really happened?
No. For now, I'm trying to reserve all comments. You understand? Yeah. So I don't stand in the midst of ants and clear the ants from my legs. So today I want to be off. Yeah, because the mayor is here, the former mayor is here, I gave him the honor to give him back. All the media that came the whole of today, I told them that I don't want to talk to them.
On the surface.
Nothing. It's just a fire outbreak. No fire outbreak. It's fire outbreak. And everything burns down to ashes. That's all. Yeah.
Everything, such as?
Everything. No church. What is in church? If you know me or you go to my page, you know the way the church is decorated and the way the church is here. So that's all I can say for it.
So Menago, the former president was traveling, take a shot of what's happening, and the very first thing you asked me to just come back. So we want to say sorry for what's transpired, and I'm doing that with the family. On behalf of our party, we know it is the whole structure of the initial contribution of Wilson to provide thank God to help people, at least so it can become a rallying place, a house of God. And we want to use our voice to call on 1 million Nigerian and international people to help so that we can pay this edifice and we're yet doing God's work. So as we call on people.
Communication Center NASCA. There haven't been an official communication placed on that side. So like this. So I told him that and said you all were coming. So I said, okay, then we can re-adjourn the meeting.
So you want to adjourn the meeting?
No, I mean this is why we adjourn the meeting. Because I told him that and said we'll wait on you people. Now that you people have come, I will read into what Dewey has said. And Father Mosa said he should really confirm with the executive action. Dewey has been informed that he's still in charge of NASCA. So Councilor Connor should reconfirm with him. And he has not received any official letter or have seen it in the executive action. So the current follow, let me call Dewey. He's online, so we can speak with him officially.
Is it necessary to do contact? No, that's the problem. That's not.
Yeah.
So that's the president.
Yeah, honorable.
We are not adjourning the meeting.
We are on. No, it's not that we.
No, it's not necessary. You already relayed the message to us.
Yeah, we are in a meeting.
So we don't want the president to send communication, official communication. It is not sufficient.
Senator Boye, can you just let us talk to it and speak with them? It's not quite very long.
They won't know that. What do you guys want? You want to
hello? Good morning. I'm going to put you on speaker, so I can tell you right.
I don't even know the position.
Honorable Vamos,
No, we can't go there. No. We can't subject us to that. I mean, we just. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. He's brought a piece of information on way. That's all right. You can go and the authority that saying he was saying follow the right procedure. We don't have to do that. We are not in any confrontation. So.
Hello.
So, sir.
Okay, you say you talking to
Yeah,
them?
yeah, yeah.
We brought this letter
They brought a
from
letter
the
from the
president,
president.
the president's signature. I'm the chairman of the party. This is a senior senator of Bond County, Ogbafia. We are all eminent citizens of this country. We will not bring something that is liable to falsification. We will not do that. If we present it to you and for any reason you don't honor it, and say, well, I don't want to honor it,
Well, let us relay the message.
We'll relay the message to the
Full
president.
time. That's full time.
The introduction of Mr. President from the Ministry of State issued. And
Is the letter not sufficient, sir? Just let us know if it's not sufficient. That's all we need.
Honorable James Abamo has said that he hadn't received a communication from the president. And I'm quoting directly about wanting him to speak with you and say what he had told you. That he had not received a communication from the executive mansion. He had not seen any official communication on the executive mansion website. And he has spoken to the mansion and he had been told he is still in charge on that stuff. That's what he told me to relate to you people. So this is what I'm calling for him to say so that we say you have to listen.
Well, thank you for relating.
Let's go to the mountain and make it right. And all right, one.
That's why.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome guys to Groove to Bliss TV. My name is Gibson, and we're here again to continue our broadcast. Sorry, guys. You know, we were not here on Sunday. We couldn't come here on Sunday, but we definitely are here today. I don't know if Sheku did continue the correspondent report, but in the meantime, I don't see you, Imaya Zaza. Imaya Zaza, I don't see you. Imaya Zaza, I don't see you. So go back in the chat room and get on. Go click on the link that I put there. Go and click on the link that I put there, and then I'll be able to get you on, Imaya Zaza. Okay, so Emmanuel Zaza, Ato Solo, we are waiting for them to come on here, and then we will continue our broadcast. But we want to say thank you, and we want to say thank to our correspondents who have been doing everything possible to bring us news, information, and we are glad. That, let me see, let me fix my call here a little bit and see if I okay, good. All right, so we're good. We're good. Our correspondents are doing very good. We also want to say there are so many things I want to talk about today. Let me see if we have some stuff to talk about, and we want to recap on the murder or the killing of the people in Cape May County. We haven't seen any tangible action yet in terms of what the president is doing with that. How are they investigating that? We haven't seen that. There's so many things that went on. 3 people, in fact, 5 people have been confirmed dead instead of 3 people. So the death toll has gone up, and there are other people who are still in the hospital. So we are on this story. We want to make sure that we get to the bottom of it. Guys, I'm the kind of person, I don't like to take a story and just leave it, because it doesn't solve any problem. But if you continue and stick to the story, people get to understand the story, and then you get results. So we want to go back to that story. A lot of people, but before I do that, let me see if I can let my guys in. Emmanuel Zaza and Ato Solo, they go in the Bliss chat room, go in our chat room. I put the link there. If it's not already there, I put a link there for you to come on. If you are on any other link, that link may has ended. So you're probably on the wrong link. So I can't let you in on the wrong link. If you are listening to me, I want you to log out and go back into the chat room and go to the one that I put there. The one that Sheku might have put there yesterday or day before yesterday has already ended. So I want you to go back in there and see if you can click on the one that I put in there. We'll also expect Mr. ST Salif will be coming on here also. So we want to specifically say that we have a good show here tonight. I can promise you that we have a very good show tonight. We definitely have a very good show tonight. So I want to bring something. I want to play a song, and then I will bring my guys on, and I will be right back. I want you to stay tuned. I want you to stay tuned. Don't go anywhere because we're about to discuss. I want to play this music here. I will play this song. Okay, so let me play this song and then I will bring my guys in.
Rich man. Papa, they go see me, I go run. Challenge to see me, I go run. But failure see me, I go baba. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Sickness to see me, I go run. Purple side when I see my face so. Actor when I know my face so. Cause I'm a beauty baba. I'm a brand new man, I am a king. I'm born again, never the same. Holy one, yes, you never change. The words are everlasting. Holy go fire, fire. I salute to ancients of day. You never let me down again. I'm enjoying my heritage. Before they go see me, I go run. Challenge to see me, I go run. But failure see me, I go baba. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Sickness to see me, I go run. Purple side when I see my face so. Actor when I know my face so. Cause I'm a beauty baba. I'm from above and not beneath. I'm a victor, I never lose so. Take a very good at me. I'm walking wisdom every day. I see my blessings falling. Change my morning into dancing. I'm changing my level. You will never see me to struggle. Before they go see me, I go run. Challenge to see me, I go run. But failure see me, I go baba. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Sickness to see me, I go run. Purple side when I see my face so. Actor when I know my face so. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Holy Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire. Counting my blessings. Never move from behind me. Holy Ghost fire. You don't know me. Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire. Challenge to see me, I go run. But failure see me, I go baba.
Hello?
Cause I'm a beauty baba. Sickness to see me, I go run. Purple side when I see my face so. Actor when I know my face so. Cause I'm a beauty baba.
Okay, Sheku, I want you to come on here quickly. Sheku, I don't know if you are listening to me. I want you to come on. I want you to bring that that recording. We will be discussing the war crime coach. Want to play the video again so that people understand. Sheku, where are you? I want you to come on. Yep, good evening there from everyone. If Sheku, I don't know where is Sheku. Sheku, if you are listening to me, I want you to come on. Okay, I don't know where Sheku is, but I don't know if he's in studio or not. Sheku, I need you to come on. Sheku, I want you to come on. Okay, while we are waiting for Sheku, let me say here, like I said here, we have the Gregory State. Let me go back to this. Came out something. The police director had a press conference, and he admits that 2 people were killed in King George town. And let me just say this right now: our correspondent has confirmed that it is more than 2 people that have been killed. So I want to know if the police commissioner, I want to know if the police commissioner really is following the situation, because at the time he had a press conference, we already know that 5 people. Let me say, let me make sure. Let me go to the story here. Before the police commission had held before the police commission had a press conference, we already know how many people were already there. But the police commissioner is saying that only 5 people were, 2 people were killed in Grand Cayman County. That's not true. I believe there were more people killed than 2 people. I don't know why the police commissioner decided to say 2 people to confirm 2 dead, because other people who were taken to the hospital, definitely those people died. And today is the 4th of March, and the press conference was held, I think yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yes. In which the Gregory Coleman, Colonel Gregory Coleman, the Inspector General of the Police, confirming that on two deaths of the protesters from the violence in Cayman County. They died because of the shooting from the officers of the National Police. So I don't know how is he getting his information, but the information is wrong, because there are more than 2 people that have died. And I hope Mike Rogers, I don't know, is Sheku there for Mike Rogers to help us with this report. Mike Rogers has written that absolutely more than 2 people have died. So I don't know if Sheku is in studio. He's not in studio, so I'm having a little bit difficulty being able to bring the correspondence on. And if you are listening to me, I want you to stay tuned. I want you to stay tuned, because we are definitely going to get to the bottom of the story. I can promise you guys, we are not going to leave this story. They say, our correspondent says the Grand Cayman, about 5 people have been killed have been pronounced dead in the Grand Cayman saga. It is a very frustrating thing. It is a very frustrating thing when people died, when the government security forces do something and people die out of it. I don't see the reason why people cover it up. Why would the police director, knowing it is more than 2 people that died, even the very day we heard about before the day went to an end, we heard about 3 people dying. Now you had a press conference 3 days or 4 days after, and then you come and say that only 2 people are confirmed dead. I don't understand. I don't really understand why these guys, why they do this all the time. Are they trying to hide from their own shadow? Are they trying to protect their officers? How is it possible that people can just go and say to the nation something that is not right? Are they downplaying the death of these people? Are they downplaying the feelings, the hurts, the grief of these people? Is that how this government is going to continue to run? I mean, in less than 30 days, we already seen too many blunder. Too many blunder. We've seen too many blunders in just 30 days. And now this, the first bloody protest. More than 4 people passed as the result of the police bullet, firing live bullet on protesters. You know, and one of the things that people justify, and it said, Gregory even lied. Gregory Cuomo even lied. He lied to the nation when he said that people were carrying weapons. He couldn't name what kind of weapon the people had. Did they have AK-47? Did they have pistols? What kind of weapon? Did they have a single barrel guns? He couldn't name the kind of weapons that they were carrying. But yet, he wanted the nation to believe that the protesters were carrying weapons. You know, somebody argued to me and called me and said, Gibson, you know what the protesters did? It was wrong. The people burned the yellow machine belonging to the beer mountain. Are you kidding me? We're talking about 4 to 5 people dying as a result of the protest. They're talking about yellow machine. Yellow machine? What the heck wrong with yellow machine? Who care about yellow machine? That's what I tell the person. I say, I'm not going to go and grieve over yellow machine when people's lives have been lost. Is that how you want us to do it? We grieve about yellow machine, the property, material property. We grieve about material property rather than the life that were taken on that day. One life is too many for 20 yellow machine to be burned. One life is too many. We can't have the people of Kema grieving. They're grieving, they're mourning their lost children. The lives of their children that were lost as a result of that senseless shooting. The nonsense shooting by the police, the trick-or-treat police officer shooting ERU and PSU. Is that why they give them guns to go and shoot at people at any time? And this is Gregory again. What does he tell his police when he becomes police commissioner? Inspector General of the police. When he was Inspector General in the past, during early time, that was when police were firing on people, protesters, especially the CDC. Kills on seditions. Now he's Inspector General again, and the police are shooting directly on unarmed civilians. We see so many protests around, especially the country we live. And then when you talk about America, everybody in Liberia want to be like America. Everybody, they want the country to be like. They preach American law. They preach American system. Every individual in Liberia wants to be like an American. But when something happens and say in America, this does not happen, they say America too advanced. Don't compare Liberia to America. But at the same time, you want to be like America. What kind of hypocrisy is that? What sort of hypocrisy is that you want to be American? You want to be like an American, but yet you don't want to be American. When something happens, when you say in America, people protest. They even beat police officers. But police don't shoot people. And Gregory Cuomo saying here, only 2 people died from the Kinjo protests. 2 people. Mark Rogers is reporting more than 2. And I believe Mike Rogers than Gregory Coleman. I believe Mike Rogers than Gregory Coleman. I don't think Gregory Coleman is being fair with the people. I don't think he being honest with the people, because according to Mike Rogers, a lot of people have died. A lot of people have died, including up to 4 or 5 people have died as a result of the situation. And that is the fact. And let me read the portion here. Grand Cape County Legislative Caucus has secured the release of 23 suspects. Maybe I can just put it on the screen for everyone to read that. The Legislative Caucus were able to release or secure the release of 23 people that were detained as a result of the fracas that took place. Okay? Let me continue with it. It says 23 allegedly accused of rioting.
Before you continue,
failure. Come here. I'll give it to you one right now.
Okay.
Ryan, 1 minute. I'll call you back, Ryan. Failure to. Yeah, let me call you back. A failure to dispense, theft of property, arson, criminal attempt to murder resulting from incident which occurred on Wednesday and Thursday, February 28 and 29, in both Gogoma and Kinjaw, Grand Cape County. The Grand Cape County Caucus committed themselves to report the 23 suspects to the LNP when requested during the course of this week, so as to continue investigation. They were released to the Cape Caucus on Saturday, March 2nd. The suspect consisted of 2 females and 21 males. The death toll, I want people I think I need to put it on the screen.
We got Mark on the line.
Mark on the line. Let's go to Mark on the line.
All right, folks, I'd like to say good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. Once again, my name is Sheku Lansana Chapewa Koroma. Mark Rogers is on the line from Grand Cape County. Mark Rogers, how are you this evening?
Well, I'm doing fine. Thank God, I'm fine.
Mark, tell us exactly what do we have in Grand Cape County?
Well, what we have in Grand Cape County, there was a multi-stakeholder events that went on, and where the community, especially where community the Mando company is operating. That's the Mando oil companies that's operating between Cape Mount and Ba. So there was a multi-stakeholder engagement meeting called by the presenter. The plan, a plan that they believe that when the company work with your plans, the issue or conflict or problem will stop immediately in your community or plantation area. So, and that was done. We have four different community land where the company is operating, like the Zodua, the PAC, the Zepetan in Bomi, and for CIDA representative, people from the Bureau of Concession, they were also part of this engagement, and it went quite well. The company decided to listen to them, and they agreed that those plans that they presented, that they will work along with it and see how best to keep the community and that the concessional area safe with peace.
Mark, let me ask you quickly. We learned that the legislature, members of the legislature, about 30 representatives, or probably 15 representatives, I don't know which one is correct, that they headed for the Kinjo area today to speak to cross-section of protesters and the company workers. How is that information coming? Is it true?
Yes, 21 of the lawmakers from Liberia went to Kinjo and also to that of the Matamo corridor in Tiwa district, and they have meeting with these meeting with the people, the protesters, the community people, and that of the security regarding the last week Wednesday and Thursday incident from these two communities. The meeting went on quite well. There were a series of discussion here with the protesters and that of the security and the company. The first day they visited Kinjo. After Kinjo, the media was in the corridor and the meeting went on well. Like last week, two separate teams from government. The first was the five-man committee constituted by the Liberian. So today, this is almost the third visitation since that of the conflict or protest action that took place in Kinjo and that of what Matamo took place. So this number today was very huge. We have 21 of them coming, and all is about to have first-hand information regarding what led to the protest, why police handle this matter, and these are all reasons why the lawmakers continue to find out.
Thank you. Thank you very much, tonight.
Welcome. Thank you so much.
If you're just joining us, folks, I'd like to say welcome. My name is Sheku Kuruma. Let's quickly go over to Mohammed Sharif from Bome County. Mohammed Sharif is our Bome County correspondent. And so let me see whether we can get Mohammed Sharif tonight. If you're just joining, like I said, welcome to this wonderful and powerful segment of the program. This is a talking point. The talking point is where you have the opportunity to speak up issues right here on this one radio. Let's now see if we can take Mohammed Sharif, and as soon as we get Mohammed, we'll definitely bring him. Mohammed is not giving us signal tonight, but quickly we're going to see whether we can go to Maryland County. Maryland County. Maryland County. Let's go over to Maryland County and take on Mark Nipa. Right here. Mark needs to tell us there's a disturbing story coming from that part of the county in Maryland. Our network is not going. This is what's normally happening. But quickly, I'll go for the story here. A child at the age of 3 years got missing in Zone 2 community in Plebo, Maryland County. After a heavy downpour of rain on Sunday in Plebo, Zone 2 community, little old man Duclair lifeless body was found in a swampy area in Zone 2, Zone 3 community. According to a 15-man jury, which includes police, doctors, and help from the two communities, that there were no foul play with the lifeless body of Omar Duclair. 5 minutes to go right here this evening. According to doctors' reports, say little Omar Duclair death came from the heavy downpour of rain in Plebo, Maryland County. Speaking with the teams of reporter at the same time, the youth leader of Zone 2 community, in presence of Raphael Clark, told journalists that he got concerned about the situation early this morning while on his way to school when he received a call from the Zone chairman about the lost child. Raphael Clark, who was part of the 15-man jury, said that the community members did everything possible to get the little boy out, but it didn't materialize until they saw his lifeless body in Zone 3 community. Speaking further was Mr. Samuel G. Nat, who is the chairman of Zone 2 community. He said that he got concerned about the missing child issues early this morning by family members of the late Olma Dukle. Mr. Nat told reporters that he told the community members to join the family to look around for the boy that was missing. Meanwhile, speaking with the team of journalists, Mr. Ali Dukle, uncle of the late Omar Dukle, told reporter that he got the information after he entered people from 6 a.m. on Sunday evening. Let's hold it right there. I don't know what I can show the lifeless body of that child right now. We're sorry, but we have to show it, please. We definitely have to show this picture so that you will be able to see this child. What kills him? Nobody knows. Nobody absolutely knows. They were taking him from the mud, if you can see from here. That's what they were doing. Was this something that fell on him? He was in a swamp. And so we're going to hold it right there and we move back to bring you more story. Just we got 3 minutes to go right here. We'll go quickly over to Magibi County and take Benson Moko. That's what we need to do. Let's now take on Benson Matis Moko. And as soon as we get Benson, we will be ending it up with him tonight on this segment of the program. If you just join in, welcome. Our guests are already here. What do we have from Front Page Africa Today and other newspaper? Jata. Front Page Africa, not easy. I know my brother coming here fell me today. Oh my God. Good evening. How are you, Benson? How is Magibi County?
Well, thank you, Sheku, for joining me from Magibi. I'm doing great. And how are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm very much okay. Tell us exactly what news coming from Magibi County, because from your intro here, you say Abel Robert, the commander of the Drugs Enforcement Agency in Magibi County, urged residents to assist the DEA, the Liberia DEA, in eradicating drugs activity within the county. Tell us more about this story, bro.
Well, thank you. On yesterday, the DEA commander of Magibi County is calling on Magibians and well-meaning Liberians to help to eradicate drugs from in the county. Because according to him, the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency cannot do it alone, because other citizens within the country, they are the drugs user, and they are also involved in the just dealing. So if the Magibian and well-meaning citizens of Liberia can come together as one, it help you to fight drugs from this country and Liberia a lot. It will help to boost the LDA within the country. So he's calling on all Magibians, the marketeers, Shushan boss, and other well-meaning sources of the country to help the DEA to minimize the issue about drugs within the country. Because mind you, if the citizens themselves cannot come together, according to him, the drugs will keep on escalating, because citizens themselves are involved in the drug dealing, and they are also involved in the use of drugs within the country.
Thank you very much tonight for.
So, Sheku, before I leave you, like few weeks back, like I posted one of our foreign media colleagues on yesterday were laid to rest. The late Patrick and Wissa were laid to rest at the number 7 belt, and other media colleagues from Morocco and around Liberia were here in Kakata, Magibi. We have the funeral service, and all were done properly, and he was laid to rest on yesterday.
Thank you very much tonight on this program.
Thank you, Sheku.
Okay, so that's all time we have for this side of it tonight, and I'd like to say welcome to this wonderful and powerful segment of the program. My name is Sheku Kurma, and I'm here until Benjamin Bros can definitely be here tonight. Benjamin Bros is supposed to be sitting in with you people, But until Benjamin can come, definitely I'm here. Okay, so let's hold it there now. We got two stories on the front page, Africa. It's already 10 o'clock. We got two stories, sorry. One from the front page, Africa, and one from the Daily Observer newspaper. Very interesting stories. Very, very much interesting stories. And the caption for these stories here, their caption says, "Who's illegally swapping Bwakai's nominee?" Is someone doing that? Who's illegally swapping Bwakai's nominee? Is someone actually doing that? Who's illegally swapping Bwakai's nominee? Now, let me play you something quickly, but before I play that, we have to bring in our panelist right here on this video. Mr. Panelist, how are you, sir?
Teku, without even start here, you picking a fight already. I love my brother. How you doing, brother? I'm doing great.
I'm okay. I'm fine.
Happy to see you.
I just prepared for the fight tonight.
Nah, no, that was why you Isa. My wife said, whatever you say you love Soku, but how you going to throw to throw? I said, that's a brotherly love. We can't agree on everything. We gotta disagree to agree.
Oh yeah, we have to definitely.
It's just like you going left, we going right. Jeru on the other side going north. Everybody.
Yeah.
That's
how the program is always. I mean, it makes
we all are independent people. We're not one sided. No, we are independent different group. But I'm happy to see you, brother.
I'm okay. I'm fine. I want us to watch this quickly. Who is actually swapping Bwakai's nominee? That's the question from Page Africa is like. Yeah. And then I want us to watch this before we read the Daily Observer newspaper quickly. Who is swapping Bwakai's nominee? We need to look at that quickly.
So I told him that and said, "You all are coming, so I said, okay, then we can enjoy the meeting." No, I mean, this is why we enjoy the meeting. Because I told him that example, which only people, now that you people have come, I will reiterate what Tiwe has said. And almost has said he should really confirm with the Secretary Nation. Tiwe has been informed that he is still in charge of NASPA. So Councilor Connect should reconfirm with them. And he has not received any official letter or have seen anything that Secretary Nation website. So Korean follow, let me call Tiwe. He's online, so we can speak with him officially.
Is it necessary to do call to it? No, it's not.
Yeah.
So that's the president.
Yeah, honorable.
Yeah, not join the meeting.
We are on. No, it's better we
No, it's not necessary. You already relayed the message to us.
Oh, yeah, we are in a meeting.
So, we don't want the president to send communication, official communication. It's not sufficient.
Senator Moyu, can you just let us know if you speak with them? It's not fine, it's regular line.
No, they won't know the.
What do you guys want? You want to let
Hello? Good morning, I'm going to put you on speaker, so I can tell you right. Honorable Babamos,
No, we can't go there. No. I mean, we can't subject us to that. I mean,
you don't have to do
that. You don't have to do that.
It's
a piece of information. If you don't honor it,
yeah.
That's all right. You can go and the authority that saying he will still follow the right procedure. We don't have to do that. We are not in any confrontation. So,
hello?
So, sir,
Okay, you say
Yeah.
We brought this letter
they brought
from the
the letter
president,
from the president.
the president's signature. I'm the chairman of the party. This is a senior senator of Bond County of Blackpool. We are all eminent citizens of this country. We will not bring something that is liable to falsification. We will not do that. If we present it to you and for any reason you don't honor it, and say, I don't want to honor it, then let us know.
Relay the message.
We'll relay the message to the
full
folks.
side. That's cool.
The introduction of Mr. President. And is the letter not sufficient, sir? Just let us know if it's not sufficient. That's all we need.
Honorable Joseph Abalo has said that he hadn't received a communication from the president. I'm quoting Kabirget about wanting him to speak with you and say what he had told me, that he had not received a communication from the executive mansion. He had not seen any official communication on the executive mansion website. And
The other man he bent it down because he's sheep.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's embarrassing. I like the way she did it.
told me to relate to you people. So this is why I'm calling for him to say.
You see their faces?
Can't see them walking or touching.
Well, thank you for relating.
Go to the mountain and make it right. And I one.
That's why.
Yeah, but you know you're right, then you go to it. You really, I mean, it's bad, huh?
So in Liberia now, Senator and also became a letter to officers. Senator,
That's not gonna disagree. Can you imagine that? What kind of?
Mr. Solo.
Oh my word! This is
Shegu, we may play with Mr. Solo small. My god, brother, how are you?
I'm doing good, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I visited your city a week ago. I was there for 1 week, but I don't have information, so I didn't contact you. Sorry.
That's okay. I mean, always.
Next time I will go. I'll ask Sheku to tell you.
Okay. All right, brother. But keep on doing a good job.
Thank you. Yeah, Sheku, I'm sorry. Even though that you're the moderator, I tired waiting for time. So let me just talk one time. Let me plow. So, Mr. Solo, you're welcome on the show. You see,
when you came before you come in, me plow.
The plow, in fact, you asked me to plow, you made me already.
Okay, so I tell you, let me get like you know what? Just let you release. Well, yeah, let you breathe.
You know, in the past, I said when it comes to anything that has to do in Unity Party, when you compare Unity Party and CDC, people will always call me a sedition. I'm not a sedition. I have never dreamed of being a political party person. All through Georgia, I never been my first choice. 2005, I was for Winston Tubman. 2011, Winston Tubman joined CDC, so I was CDC because of Winston Tubman. 2011, I supported Alexander Kumi. When Alexander Kumi left the stage and he was left with Unity Party and CDC, I went for CDC. It happened again. This going elections, I was still supporting Alexander Kumi. Alexander Kumi left the stage and decided to support CDC. The reason is, for me, I do reading. I don't wait for Mr. Solo to tell me who is Unity Party or who is CDC, or she should tell me who is Unity Party, who is CDC. No, I do my own reading. And I know about Unity Party more than many people that have supported Unity Party. The worst of it all, I know the current president better than many people who are supporting him. And let me just decode him a little bit. The reason I have not been supporting him. I'm a member of the Assemblies of God Church.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hearing you clearly. Sheku give you the whole
Coming. So I'll be fast. Sorry, I'm a member of the Assemblies of God Church.
We don't want to the Sheku.
The Ome, who is the president of Liberia, was a member of the Assemblies of God Church. He was the deacon of the Kawero AG Church. Something broke out in the church. As a deacon, he could not settle it. He said, if we are not listening to you, he left the church. I didn't want to help Baptist. So he ran from a responsibility. 2017, he had issue with Ellen. He could not reconcile Ellen. The only thing he could do was to expel Ellen from Unity Party. Later on, Ellen won the case. She went back to Unity Party. That is second fought against him. He could not reconcile. He couldn't reconcile a church. He left the church. He couldn't reconcile with a former boss. He expelled her. Then he went to CPP. He did the same thing to CPP. So my fear has been this man who was not able to reconcile common things like confusion between him and a church member, confusion with him and a former boss, confusion with him and people in the CPP. Can he reconcile Liberia? This has been my factor that I had against Honorable Bwaka. He doesn't know how to solve issues. That was the first thing. Secondly, the party he's part of now. You know the party. You know the party destroyed Liberia more than any political party, but people don't know. When the party came to power, Liberia's budget was 88 million. Ellen met 694 million available to her to work with. You need 88 million, somebody gave 694 million. Do you know how much is 694 million as compared to 88 million? When you need 88 million a year, instead they increased people's salary and took the budget all the way up there. And for 12 years, the only thing the Unity Party did was to give people money and not to build Liberia. The money that was coming into Liberia, according to the document that I have, the US government passed 8 bills from 2006 to 2010. 8 bills. And those 8 bills produced 2.4 billion to Liberia. In 2010, they sent Nicola Cook, the head of the research of the Senate Research Affairs, Research Department. Nicola Cook went to Liberia, audited Liberia. And based on Nicola Cook audit report, that's how the United States government stopped sending money to Liberia. When you follow Ellen's administration, all of budget shortfall came in the second phase. Because from 2011, the money stopped coming. Because of what it did to Liberia. These same people are coming back today and telling us they are the best. And when we told them you shouldn't do it, they didn't listen to us. See what happening today. Just as they say, Nathaniel McGill and Aligo Moluwa Molu were pressuring the government to employ people to do that. What are we seeing today? Senator and all going to offices, going to take 10 new person from their seat. Carrying letter, you become letter carrier as a senator. Can you imagine that? Unity Party and CDC destroy Liberia, but above it all, Unity Party is the worst thing that ever happened to Liberia. And we go to the IQ, they will see it with our eyes. This is not politics. This is reality. What happened in Kinjoy again? They blame CDC. CDC signed the deal. I shared the deal with some of you here. That thing happened in 2013. When CDC renegotiated the thing, the only thing they did was to increase the years. Instead of 10 years, they started increasing to 25 years. They did not change anything in that deal. The only thing they said is that instead of 3,000 people, this time employ 4,000 people. Instead of 500 500 acres, increase it to I think 700 acres. That's the only difference they did. The deal did not change. The same agreement that was in 2013, that same agreement CDC renegotiated, they increase how many people should be employed, how the payment should be done. That was the only thing CDC did. Now they're blaming CDC, that CDC is the one that signed the deal. That's what thing happening in Kinjo. So okay, CDC signed the deal, that CDC signed the police will go kill people too as well. We're doing bad to ourselves. Liberia is more than politics. And to understand that this is not about defending political party, it's about Liberia. We will continue to find ourselves in this position. Thank you for giving me your time.
Thank you. While you were talking, I quickly shot the agreement so that we all could see the date that agreement was signed. So this is the agreement. I will zoom it so that we can see the date clear when this particular agreement was signed. I'm sure you guys are seeing the date there.
It is very clear indeed.
Good.
We have the 7th day.
So it was signed on the 7th day of September 2013. At that time, CDC wasn't in power. So who are those people who signed it? You have Patrick Sandolo, Ministry of Lands, Mines and Energy. You have Amara Kone, the Minister of Finance. You have, this name is not clear, but it's Davies.
David Rating.
Yeah, happened to be the chairman of the National Investment Commission. Then you got David Reading, Chief Executive Officer. You have Deborah W. Allen, General Manager. Attested was Councillor Christina Peter, Minister of Justice at that time, and approved Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
Her Excellency.
Her Excellency. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, President of the Republic of Liberia. Where
just go back to your inbox. I just sent a renegotiated deal. If you look at renegotiated deal, I just sent your messenger just
put in the chat room. Put in the chat room so we can have access. Put in the main chat room.
Mr. Jerry, if I decide to go back to WhatsApp now, I might be listening the way I program.
Yeah, put in the chat room. Just pour in the chat room.
Okay, the point I'm saying, if you went back to that thing, the only difference is the land, the cover, the amount of people to be employed, and the taxes to be paid. The only assets, say you're taking more land, increase the taxes. Say you're taking more land, increase the employment. Those are the only difference in the new one. But nothing changed. So people say that citizen negotiated a deal, they just find another scapegoat that don't want to do the right thing.
The thing is, Emmanuel Zaza, I'd like to jump in here. Sorry for interrupting you. I think we already set a premise on here, and the man who set a premise is right here. He said these people are lazy and they are liars.
Lazy liars.
They are lazy and they are liars, because if you're not lazy, you will do a little bit of research. Because I don't see how United Party will have the original of the agreement passed during the Joseph Boakai 12 years vice presidency, Ellen Johnson presidency, and then they come back and argue that the CDC government signed on. They're the one brought these people. In fact, I had to say that CDC brought this company. No, CDC did not bring this company. This is how they are lazy and they are liars.
I don't know, they're just casting blames everywhere.
And just to go further than that, and thank you, Emmanuel, for bringing that up. To increase somebody's capacity based on their activities is different from approving the entire contract. This is one of the 60 Booker's concession agreement that the Global Witness was talking about. So one of them. This agreement was approved by
68, Mr. Jeru, 68, not 60.
Yeah, look, 68. But they said the other 8 were better than the 60. That's why I said they said the other 68 was better than the 60. That's why I just leave it at the 60. Tell me, the justice minister at the time, who was supposed to look at all the legality of a concessionaires, attested to it. And Ellen Johnson Sirleaf approved it. So any mess from the time, if they didn't correct anything from the time, it's true that maybe CDC could have seen it or CDC could have missed it. But you can't say that CDC brought the company. If you did that, you are not doing justice to the Liberian people. And at the same time, Mo Ali is arguing the Water and Sewer Corporation, the agreement is signed with independent vendors. The CDC it's not correct. Okay, go ahead and correct it.
That's why you
yeah, some of the independent vendors came from all the way early time and enter Georgia time. Right. And so Georgia continue with them. But let me go to Brother Sirleaf here. There are two things we need to talk about, and I a little bit ran, and I don't know where you guys were when I came back. Maybe I need to give Silvio a chance to bring me to speed. But the two things we were talking about here were the Gregory Coleman man, the man who is the police inspector general. He just lied to the people again. Our correspondent is reporting 5 people dying from this thing. He had a press conference and said only 2 people died. I don't understand. Who are they protecting?
So he agreed to, he admitted to increase me because he said, at first he said it was 1.
Yeah, he said it was 1 person died. Yesterday, then he said 2 people died. Listen, this one was reported by Front Page Africa.
Even at that, Mr. Jerry, I'm sorry for interrupting you a little bit. Even at
the press conference.
But one thing we need to get into, Mr. Jerry, one thing we need to get into that.
Hold on.
You agree, Mr. Jerry.
Hold on,
One thing we don't, you agree. One thing we don't get.
I'll come back to you. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll come back to you. I want people to understand where the argument is coming from. Front Page is reporting that at the first press conference yesterday, Inspector General Colonel Gregory Coleman disclosed that the death of 2 protesters from the violence in Kemah County who died because of shooting from the officers. And I want you to note that. I want you to underline that. Now they were accusing the protesters of carrying weapons, Brother Salif. But
that's the part when you read. That's the part when you read, but you got it already.
They even said the protester provoked the police.
They said the situation. But this is what our correspondent is reporting. Our correspondent said the death toll of the February 28 and 29, 2024 protest incident has swollen to 5 now, with few others still being treated at the hospitals and clinics. I believe our correspondent, because he lived right in the county.
But Mike Rogers is not a new pricing. Mike Rogers been reporting for Star Radio. He reported for ELBC.
But the thing is, okay, so Emmanuel is going to come in, but let me bring Brother Salif in. My problem is you keep lying about this whole thing. You lied at CDC brought the company. You lied that only 1 person was killed. Then you lie again. You said that there 2 now that have been killed when 5 is already dead. Where are we going with this? Who are they protecting? Why are they protecting? Why are they trying to shoot away from their responsibility? I mean, let's go around with this thing, and then I'll come back to you.
The problem is, sorry guys, that I'm driving. I'm headed for a meeting.
Please, guy, 1 minute. Brooks is coming on. Brooks is coming on.
But go ahead.
Yeah, Brooks is coming on, please.
Okay. So you want me to wait?
Go ahead.
You want me to wait for
Brooks? Go ahead.
Okay. So the JMB administration is just a resurrection of the Ellen administration. The same old crooks, the same old goons that were in the Ellen administration, it's the same people, the Gregory Coleman, all these people. And again, like I said, these people, they are lazy liars. The reason is those facts are there, the informations are there. So why are you going to do these things? Ellen administration, one of the worst things that ever happened to the Republic of Liberia was Ellen Johnson becoming president in Liberia. And I would say that anytime, any day, when Ellen was president, I was one of Ellen's #1 critics. My information are there. I was on radio, I was on TV, and I said these things. It's not just all those bogus companies, even the so-called BRE they had in Buchanan, the Buchanan Renewable. Joseph Boakai was vice president. I went to Joseph Boakai's office. I came with a team, a company from Germany that were interested in bringing solar power to Liberia. I sat with JMB. In fact, when we entered his office, he had just ended a meeting with the ambassador, the U.S. ambassador. Right after the U.S. ambassador left JMB's office, we were the next people in JMB's office. And we went there and they said, oh no, because they have Buchanan Renewable, which was a complete fictitious contract, because I went there, I toured the port of Buchanan. At the time, Christopher Neal, he was the energy advisor to Ellen. We sat with it several times. We had meetings. They said, oh no, they couldn't get this company because they had Buchanan Renewable. Buchanan Renewable did nothing for Liberia. It was just a company that was fronting for another company in Europe that needed wood chipping. They took all those rubber trees, chipped them, and they put them on the ship and shipped them to Europe. By the time they were done with that contract, Buchanan Renewable ended. So they can't go on and continue with these lazy lies when they know the facts are all there for Liberian people to see. Again, I am saying it's just 30 days plus, and the JMB administration is already feeling woefully. They are graded them C. In the first 30 days, in my kindness, I took them to C+. I bring them back to C. These people are misleading Liberia. They protest in Cape Mount, those people that died, the same Gregory Coleman. You should remember it was the same Gregory Coleman when CDC was in the opposition, when they were headed for the second term, I think it was 2011, he was the same person that had the police officer shoot on the CDC and murder people. It's the same man that JMB decided to bring back into his administration. What else do you expect from these people? I gave up on these people's information ever since when JMB left the country, and his vice president also left the country, and they keep lying to us like we don't know. The Liberia Civil Aviation Authority can tell us which plane took JMB from Liberia and took him to Ghana, because they have registration on every plane that lands at RIA. They can have the manifest. We can know all the pilots, all the crew that were on that plane. We have those information are there. So it's just disheartening to see that people who claim to have come to rescue the country, and this is how they are starting. There are more dark days that are ahead of us.
And to be honest, I like the word "people who came," and that phrase is very important. Ato Solo, Emmanuel will soon be back. The people who came to rescue us are the one that are behaving the way they're behaving. I don't just get it. Why would it? First of all, let me read something here. Let me read something here for those who are listening. For those who are listening, the House Joint Committee, when they were approving, when they were concurring with the Senate, the House Committee also noted that the employment of Liberians will see a significant increase. They were justifying the B Mountain Mining Company. Why they increase the capacity, why they increase the people who are the years that they are giving the B Mountain. The B Mountain, now they said the employment now will come from, it will grow from 3,500 to 4,000. Now, but the problem with the Cape Mount people, according to the lady who had the interview, the lady said it was true that the people were employing people, but they were leaving the people in Cape Mount County and coming to Monrovia and bringing their girlfriend there and carrying them to employ them out of. So you have a company in the area, and this is the same thing. I just want to retrospect for everybody who are listening. I want to retrospect on what happened between Milton Tiaji and Charles Taylor those days. Milton was an deputy information minister. The company that was operating in Sino was bringing people from Monrovia and carrying them to Sino to employ them, and they were not employing people. And Milton got mad and he went public. Milton had to be run out of the country. So those are some of the things that are happening. Ato, how can you knew that this organization was doing the wrong thing. They knew Ato, they are not unaware. They are not unaware of what was going on. They knew that this company was doing the wrong thing, yet they approved this company. They increased the capacity of the company. They increased it from the 10 years to 25 years of operation. And they claimed that they were going to employ 4,000 people rather than 3,005. They increased it so all of these things they were doing. Even if CDC brought the company, how is it not fair for this government to go in and say, you guys need to stop? Because I know when Ellen became president, he told Mitas to say, I want you to stop operation. We'll renegotiate this company. That's the way government does. So I want you to speak to this allegation from Gregory Como that only 2 people died over there. Only 2 people died.
Thank you, Mr. Jeru. Thank you, ST and Zaza and my brother Brooks. Bros, you might want to change second name from on your screen and put your name up there. The idea, I'll be the devil advocate here tonight. I think.
Okay, let's see how you do it. Let's see how you do it.
Yeah. The man name is Brooks Sheku Kroma.
No, how you gonna change it? Yeah.
Emmanuel Brooks Sheku Kroma.
But the idea, sometimes I think it's good for the laboratory.
So you can go to the setting and change your name, I think.
Yeah, he can do it. He did it the last time. It's just that you forgot that, so
Okay, so go ahead, Arthur.
The idea here is that it's good for the Liberian people. This is what they wanted. This is what Emmanuel Zaza and all the people that are screaming on top of their roof That's what they wanted. That's what they elected. Let me tell you, Mr. Jerome, if you are
you accusing Emmanuel Zaza of electing the wrong people?
I'm throwing my net. I'm throwing my net. So don't start a fight. Sekou not here today. Don't start a fight. If you are representing any district in Grand Gide and somebody operating in that district, I don't care whether they bring people from Morovia, you have the full duty, because that's why you wrote in that bill. You have the full duty to stop them and say, my people that are here, I have 3,000 people on this list. If they are not employed, we have a problem. We'll review your contract. That's the thing. I was saying here, man, ST can say they are lazy liars because they can't even read one paragraph, for God's sake. One. The one that even they put highlighted, they can't read it. Who the hell is Bill Martin Company to dictate to your people when you were a lawmaker? Even though God that a lawmaker released Kwanabi, I will not come out. I will say, no, thank you, thanks, but no thanks. We'll stay in. Because you're not doing any favors. You don't want to go into the mess. An elected official that they stop doing the protest. Jeru, you that here as an administrator for those homes that you control. One employee must stop you in the parking lot and say, oh, I will abuse. You think you'll get in your car again, the next thing you die in the state. The power the people have is only for their girlfriends and their side chick and their side dudes, their side pieces. It's not for the Liberian people. Why would they, even when Bouaka claimed, I told you this, when you were president-elect, everyone know that you're coming to power. You should have been sending people to contact all the people to say, hey, my man, we know that you've been operating, but we are coming in with a different plan. We need your executive to come sit down with us so that we can hash out the plan to move forward. If the executive come in, you tell them, say, look, my man, I see you employing people, but the people in that area, they're not. No, so that's not to say I'm still speaking. I'm speaking. And from that point on, I give you 2 months. I want 90% of the people in the region hired. And now we're going to renegotiate, or else I revoke your license. Look at people in Ghana. When we're talking, everybody throwing everything to America. Look at Ghana. Look at other countries. You can't bring a truck driver from any Philippine country or Euro country to operate in Ghana when they have your that can drive that truck. They will not allow it. You muted, ST. ST, you muted.
You are muted. You are muted.
Sorry, brother Arthur. Let me just interrupt you before you continue. Why are you going with Ghana? Look at Ivory Coast.
Thank you.
I flew with one of the bank executives. Since the war, all the Nigerian banks came to Liberia. I flew with one of the executives of EcoBank, and I brought this to him. I said, I don't like the way you guys are treating our country. He said, but what are you talking about? We employ your people. I say, how many people you employ? He said, oh, we employ this percentage. I say, who? The cleaners and the drivers and the tellers. I said, give me the first 10 executives in EcoBank who make the decisions. Are they Liberians? They are all Nigerians. These Nigerian banks, they went to Ivory Coast and they wanted to do the same thing in Ivory Coast that they're doing in Liberia, where all the executives are Nigerian. You know what the Ivorian told them? They said, no. If you don't trust us to run your banks in Ivory Coast, then go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Ivorians will head the banks. Even though they are your banks, they are operating in our country. Our people will head it. If you cannot trust us to run your banks, go somewhere else. They have to go back and sit down and allow. Yeah, the Ivorians run the banks, but in Liberia, it's the Nigerians that run the banks in Liberia.
This is what I'm saying.
And it was still during the CLA administration. It was Mel Jones that allowed that to happen.
Yeah. That's the thing. All the things we are talking. Look, I told you from the beginning, Mr. Gibson, I said the most corrupt branch in our country, that the first branch of government, the legislature, they are the corrupt problem because they are signing things without reading the bills. Even people die over there. Why would the company be operating by this time? As a commander-in-chief, you use executive order and halt them and say everything comes to stop until we can investigate the depth of our
Definitely.
To one conclusion before the company start operation. But you know how many brown envelopes are going inside there? So look at the way the appointment going. The president appointed the other person, then the other person swap them out. They may not making a decision for the country. that the flamboyant
let me just give something here for those who are listening to us. The protest did not just happen on the 28th and 29th. The same thing that happened to the AFL women, that the same thing that happened to this other protest. They were warning of this protest. They were planning this protest. People knew about this protest. They did not intervene. They did not call B. Martin to a meeting. They did not call the people who were planning the protest to a meeting until the protest happened. So how, just look at it. How quickly were the police able to go to King George in that number of people? Because police don't have a number of police in King George at that number.
Let me tell you.
I don't know whether they even get two. They get two police officers. They say.
Let me tell you that.
Go ahead.
Mr. Jero, during the campaign, prior to the campaign, you used to go on spoon once in a while. But me, like prior to the campaign, you know you to go on spoon until the campaign started going on spoon. But prior to you going on the spoon, the campaign that Eugene Fagon was using against the government for the Western Cluster was the Pierre Martin.
Exactly. Yes.
They protested. In fact, they even went to court. And they said they don't trust the court the way for GMB before they resubmit their court case. Their court case. That was prior to the elections. Joseph Boakai won the election in November. Not December, not January. I said in November. Joseph Boakai had 2 months, almost 3 months before becoming president and the inaugurated president. He was president-elect for almost 2 months. And the thing were the thing that was said even before the campaign, and they were said during the campaign, and you became president. You did not control it. The protest started. They sent for police. They sent for military. You did not stop them. Now they shoot somebody die, then you go out to jail. The police that were going there, they did not use CDC car. The military that were going there did not use CDC car. The PS that were going there did not use CDC car. Everybody that went there.
The idea behind the idea.
People come back today. People come back today and want us to believe that this is CDC. The same thing CDC did for almost 6 years. They blame early. That's the same thing the Union Party is starting.
For me, that
if you don't talk about it, if you don't take this serious, and we don't take this serious, it will affect us. Because yesterday you were one day old. Today you are 2 days old. By the time the 6th year ends, you'll be 6 years plus old. So it's not just political party issue. This is about our lives.
Yeah, but like I said, like I always say to your point, like I always say,
go ahead.
To your point, like I always say, every political party is a government in waiting.
Yeah,
exactly.
So you should have been prepared from the day the other person in the race where you call you and conceded, your government started, it took effect from that day. Yeah. Even though we wait for the inauguration on the 22nd, but from the day you received that phone call, that listen, I concede the election to you, you already in charge. You already supposed to start having meetings, putting things in place. This government did not come prepared. Right now, they don't know what they are doing. JMB is not in charge. People are taking advantage of him. It is irresponsible, very irresponsible to keep pointing your finger backwards. Don't tell us what CDC did. You told us they messed up. That's why you came to fix. Fix it. Don't tell us what they did. Fix it. That's why they gave you the mandate. They did not give you the mandate to keep pointing the accusing finger at CDC. We knew what they did. That's why they removed them and put
That's
you
why people removed them. The Liberian post, you told the Liberian people, don't let CDC get the second term, because the 6 years that they were there, they messed the 6 years up. They violated the laws. They didn't respect our laws. They were stealing. They were this. They were that. We are the responsible party. In fact, we have been in government for 42 years. It's not for nothing. We have learned. We are the most qualified. We spent 12 years of vice presidency. So we know the art of governance. That was the argument.
Let me tell you the strategy.
Take over, and now you are trying to backpedal to come and bring to dredge all of the things in the past and bring it and say, this is my hurdles. I said one time on Spoon, and people were shocked. Oh, what do you think about power sharing government? And I told them, no, I'm not in favor of power sharing, because just imagine if JMB, now thank God that he had not appointed CDC people to tap government offices. If he had done that, they would say that sedition honor man in this government. These are, but the question that the thing that just continue to pop in my mind, how the police managed to be planted in Kinjor?
Strategy.
Yeah, on that 28th. How the police managed to be planted to, that means there was a communication between B. Martin and Gregory Comer. And Gregory Comer, because there's no ERU in Kinjor, there's no PSU. They sent them from Monrovia. If they sent them from Monrovia, it means they are aware. It means they came with specific instruction. Because if you come from Monrovia and come and start shooting people, it means it depends on the kind of instruction you got from your bosses. Oh, those people, they are troublemakers.
That's why we need investigative journalism. Let them tell us all the police officers who were assigned in Big Mountain before Kinjor, before, during, and after the incident. We want to know how did they get the rest of the other people that came in. Go ahead, brother Arthur.
I think Arthur, before you come in, let me just say this. I'm going to have Brooks. If anything, I want Mark Rogers to give us those details. Mark Rogers have been behind it. We want to know the number of police officers. First of all, in Sinjay. I don't know what Kinjor is. I'm in Sinjay. What's the number of police officers in Sinjay? Because Sinjay around the road. Then, how many officers were present in Kinjor before the 28th riot? And where did these ERU people come from? Did they come from Broward Sports? Did they come from Bombing Hills? Did they come from Monrovia? We want to know all of these things. And we'll see if we can have my radio. But go ahead, Arthur.
Mr. Gerald, you just check your inbox. I think I see another thing. Because I heard SC saying the man is not in charge. I just want you to look at what happening right there. Just go to your inbox on the messenger, not WhatsApp. Continue.
Okay. Go ahead, Arthur.
The idea here, maybe the communication you're talking about, you see, this is a strategy failure. SC will back me up. It gave Bouaka the upper hand to even cancel that contract based on human rights law. Because that protest, when people say, oh, they want to protest, and your people know about it, and they prepare themselves, let's say the police go there and they blunder up. When I was the president, they just gave me the gavel, because the first day I'll start breathing fire on Bill Martin. I'll call all the executive right in my office and say, you come here to kill 3 of my citizens. They said, no, sir, we're not killing your citizens. The police came in and said, who called them? You weaponize the police. And you know what? We're going to investigate the case. Say we're investigating, you cannot operate. You will stay until the investigation over. The outcome of the investigation will determine whether you will operate in my country or not. When that investigation, I will go with the people there and say they put down. If you want to pay for the damages of the people, then we will negotiate. Then you have the negotiation power, because now the yellow machine, all those things that they retail or they go, they break, they are not operational. They are parking. They're losing money. So they are there to negotiate. I will tell you, say, look, the people you're hiring, they're not enough. This is the new president now, because you're about to bully them. The people you hire, they're not enough. Plus, you got so many years of operation. I don't like that. We need to have a competition. There should be another company competing with you. Scare the people into the way that you know that even if it says here we're out of office, the people will be happy. We don't have that in our country. We don't have that. I told you about the senator and his son. Just the messenger you offered, the son came to visit from school. He look at it and say, Pa, he say, how much for our vacuum in the house? He say, your man bought $150. He say, okay, why you paying $750 to repair a vacuum? They make y'all. South Dakota Senator told he said, you say what? He look at it, he said, oh, I come in. He ran to the South Dakota State University, test student for that. He said, y'all give me all the detail. They threw the category, everything, put it in front of him. He shut down the company because he was the oversight. All the representatives that go in there, say the free people will sit down. You are the oversight. You should be calling your
These people don't read nothing. These people don't read nothing.
They don't know their function, but now they should have summoned. They should have summoned all the executives of Bay Mountain. They should come to the chamber of the house.
SC, you just hit the nail on the point. You just hit the nail on the head. Well, the first thing they need to do now, apart from just saying your sorrow, they need to now summon the Gregory Coma and Ice King, Bay Mountain officials, because they also have responsibility. Each company can come before them, come and say, what's happening? How did the protest lead to this? Who made the call? How did the police get there?
What did you tell the police?
Yeah, we need to get to the. No, these people don't read anything. When the concession agreement get there,
Mr. Jero,
what they does, they share. I come in. They share 5,000 or 7,000 to each of those people that are supposed to. They're normal people that can sign or that can vote, and that thing can pass. They deal with them. The other people who are radical, they leave them out. As a result, even the radical now will be wishing to get something.
Yeah,
they be wishing to get something. They passed this concession agreement without thorough scrutiny. They passed the concession without thorough scrutiny. Yeah, go ahead, Emmanuel.
Mr. Jerry, before we even get to the police, right? When concessions come to people places, I think one thing they should have introduced is the conflict resolution strategies. Because you have a concession that is agreed by the government. Maybe the government will not be able to reach out to the people on the ground. You are there. What is your relationship with the people on the ground?
Now, what SC we're talking about?
Why would you just call police or tell me that happened? You don't reconcile with the people in the first place. Because this is the people land. You understand? It's not a police land. It's not a military land. It's not even the executive marshal's land. The law of the land gives the people the right over their forest. That's the new law in Liberia. So you in the people's forest, they are agitating. What is your first step before even getting on the phone?
Responsibility, your social corporate responsibility.
What is your first responsibility? So you see, even we say, okay, let's agree that CDC brought the people. Okay, if CDC brought the people, now CDC is not there. The people are doing the thing. Do you still have to go ask CDC? What is that responsibility to the people in the first place? You as a government now. I come here, Mr. Sharif. If something happened in America here, and the person who did the act is from Namibia or maybe from UK, you think the people will turn a back on the person right and go ask the person in UK? The authority right there.
No,
what is right before them? So those that are on the ground, that are heading Bay Mountain, what is their first step to the people that they're working with?
All right, guys, we'll make a final comment on that in our closing. But I want to bring something that about the war crime court. This is something that is a moving story. Brooks is on the ground. Brooks, what are you hearing about the war crime court debate on the ground? Give us an idea what you hear in the community first before I go to what I want to talk about. Is there anything people are discussing in the community? Are they welcoming it? Are they against it? Are they just ambivalent? Like they're not against it, but they're not for it? What are you hearing?
Again, thank you guys so much for being in the lead, and Sheku just ushering me in as well. I just arrived from Bento.
I don't think you go home tonight. I don't think you see your conclusions tonight.
I won't try that, Chief. Who can chase me? and it's good to be here again on the platform. For us here in Liberia, let me say good evening to all of us here in Liberia and outside of Liberia. We say good afternoon, good morning, whatever your time is. And I want to say thank you again. And it's good to join the platform again tonight. With our time here in Liberia, we got 10 minutes up to 11. My name is on the screen there, Mr. Benjamin Brooks. And let me say, hands up to Zaza, hands up to
Hey, man, I radio man.
yeah, Chief. But
man, we gotta go on the protocol.
yeah, yeah. Just to flow in quickly, I follow the discussion as to the issue of Bay Mountain and the situation that occurred that affected our people, the ordinary lives that were taken away as well. With the question to the issue of the war crimes code, like I said here the other night, one of the major problems that we have with this issue of the war crimes code is that the people's direct representatives, like the senators and the representatives, they are not reaching back to their people. They are not making this thing soupy. And you know, when we say soupy, to make it like people have to get involved with it and have a taste about it. Because it's just about war crime code in Liberia. But how can we filter the message down to the ordinary people so that they can buy this thing or see or understand what is into it, either it is accepted or not? But squarely speaking, the people, the ordinary people on the ground, let me squarely say it down to the ordinary people. If you take a survey at the level of the community, the towns, the villages, and ordinary people, the Atai area and other things, you will get to understand that the war crime code is highly accepted by the people. Maybe there are other things about it that needs to be explained better. But who are the responsible people to get to the level of the people to get the messages, understanding to the people? They are direct representatives, the elected representatives, the elected senators. They normally don't get back to their people with this kind of information. So it is all about the ordinary person. Let the people go to court. Let the people go explain. Let the people be judged. People kill people in their country. And the same people got power. And they are not working in our interests. Today, no LEC, that the same people. Today, no pipe on water, that the same people. These are the people that destroy all of these things. Because you hear names. Prince Johnson. You hear names. George Bullock. You hear names. All of the guys that control the groups, Yeke Koluba, all of them. So it's a problem at the level of the community to understand what is good and what is not good, whether it is about now or it should be later, or how do we go about it? Meaning, the people cannot get a fair clarity and understanding from their direct representatives, the senators and the representatives. Town hall, community discussion, whether this thing is good now or maybe later, or how does it benefit the country? Because it is about the nation.
Ben, maybe you should educate Mr. Jeru and Sheku, because they were fighting me on it. So let me tell them. This is why we're talking about. You put thought that I was against war crime code. No, but we don't want selective justice coming and handpick people that people finger out because I don't like Benjamin. They allow Benjamin to say, yeah, Benjamin did. Then they grab Benjamin in Ghana. Nobody in Ghana, you not get money in Ghana to represent himself. Then he's stuck. No lawyer, nothing. Boom, Benjamin in jail. I don't let Zaza, I finger at Zaza, then they pick up Zaza in Ghana. Why you can't Ghana? Why can't
you see, former President George, who I remember, he threw this thing back to the people that represented.
The representative. He was smart.
We are seen as the president and the executive. He could not unilaterally do just by hearing war crime code.
Yeah, but let me say something on that before I go in. We got a huge city council meeting going on, starting in about 2 minutes. and I have to be in there. It's a very serious situation. But when it comes to the war crime court, honestly, maybe people might view me like they view Arthur too. I don't like selective outrage or justice, and I don't like people to make fool of me either. Let's go back. 2008, there was post-election violence in Kenya, where about 100 or something, a maximum 200 people died. They took war crime court to Kenya. Ivory Coast, our neighbor, post-election violence with Ouattara and war crime court. Sierra Leone, the war in Sierra Leone was planned from Liberia, executed from Liberia. War crime court in Sierra Leone. In Kigali, the war was going on simultaneously with Liberia. They had a Truth and Reconciliation Commission there. They did all these things, and I can name many other countries, okay? The question is, why was the war crime court refused in Liberia? Why was Charles Taylor only indicted for crimes in Sierra Leone? Charles Taylor was not even indicted for any crime he did in Liberia. They picked him from Liberia to indict him only for the crimes in Sierra Leone because they wanted Taylor out of the picture without discussing anything about Liberia. They spent millions of dollars on the Truth and Reconciliation for Liberia. They published their findings. At the end of the TRC, they said all those who had direct link, who took part, who masterminded, who planned the war, they should be excluded from Liberian politics for the next 30 years. But because the powers that be wanted Ellen to be president in Liberia, they threw away that entire TRC report. They refused the war crime and allowed a monster like Ellen Johnson. I don't call her Salif because she's dragging our Salif name in the mud. Anytime I refer to her as Ellen Johnson. They drag her, they made her to be president for 12 years, and there is no administration since Liberia became a country that has been favored and supported like the early administration. Billions of dollars that were invested. She squandered all that money, destroyed this country. And after 12 years, now she hand over to Judge Weah. Judge Weah did his part. Now they want war crime court. And when we hear war crime court, it's only one name we hear. Prince Johnson, Prince Johnson. What about Ellen? Prince Johnson was recruited. Ellen was the one who masterminded everything for more than 30 years.
You know, nobody talking about.
So why war crime court now?
Okay, all right, guys. Before thank you very much. ST, I know you are running, but here is the thing. We'll come back to that thing. I just want to give a little bit of breaking news in between here. It's a sad thing indeed, my people. It's a sad thing in Maryland County. A little child, our correspondent is reporting a very sad situation. A little child was found, a 3-year-old child was found missing some time ago in Zone 2 community in Pleabold, Maryland County. And unfortunately, the child was found dead. Let's see, after a heavy downpour of rain on Sunday in Pleabold Zone 2 community, little Uma Dukley, lifeless body was found in a Swami area in Zone 3 community. The little boy left Zone 2. He lived in Zone 2, but then his body was found in Zone 3. I don't know how, but it was raining. According to the 15-man jury, which includes the police, doctors, and heads of the 2 communities, there was no foul play on the lifeless body of the little child. We want to show some pictures here, and we try to block them so it can be graphic that much. So here is the area that they found the little boy. See the debris. Look at the amount of debris that are involved in that. I don't know how he got under those debris. Okay, this was the time they were taking him out of the debris. It's so sad, so sad. We have tried to block the most important parts of the child, and this is I'm sorry, you will not see it very clearly. This is the body of the child laying down. We don't want to make it so graphic before Facebook close us down, because they don't like this kind of thing for community reason. This is a very sad thing for the little child. That is in Maryland County, in Pleabold, Maryland County. It is. We want to say our hearts out to the bereaved family. This is a very, very moving story. That when I saw this story, I felt so bad. I just imagine somebody child left them, our children always walking away. They always wander away. And people in Liberia, people's eyes are not on the child. Not like here when your child was walking right away, you want to know, where the child is going. Over there, they say, oh, the children, everybody in the community that their parent, or everybody in the community own their child. And they just leave the child to go. So we're not blaming anybody. We're not blaming the family. We're not blaming anybody. We thank God that it's not a foul play. The child may have died out of the heavy rainfall that happened. But look, let me say this is about 1 minute after 5. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have at least 29 more minutes. By 5:30, we'll be out of there. That may not go home, so we're not going to be afraid of him. But after you were saying something before I came in, you can go ahead.
First of all, before I go back, I want to clarify something. You said 15-man jury. How did the jury get involved into the investigation? There was a
I think the community they have community in the various counties now. When a death happens, like in Basso, other places when death happens, they put a 15-member jury together, and then that jury is responsible to investigate and come up with findings.
Okay.
Yes. So I don't know who put that jury together, whether that the court or that the police or that the community leadership. That I don't know. We'll try to ask Mark Yimpa, who reported on this, and Mark Yimpa is doing well in our southeast. It is. So that's how it happens.
It's a good thing because
Mr. Solo, Mr. Solo and Mr. Brooks have spoken on the War Crime Code. If you don't mind, if I can say something, please go back to him, please.
No, we're coming to you. We're not leaving the War Crime Code. That War Crime Code coming to discuss. That's why I said
I just wanted to go back to
it. You just wanted to come back to it.
We're
on the War Crime Code. In the next 28 minutes, we'll discuss the War Crime Code and we'll make our closing on the War Crime Code. So I have to go ahead.
The idea, the reason why I said that, I'm glad ST spoke about it, because that's what I was talking about that night. I think it was maybe Saturday night, and Sekou, when you thought that, because I have a clear person who is Tomo Yaya as a model leader, that's why I was doing it. I like, no, I want justice as well. I'm affected from the war. I'm a victim. So what we want is not to just go grab Prince Johnson and leave Bernard Uri, or go grab Tomo Yaya, then you leave, or any Justice Sadi who paid the first 10,000 back in the 90s. That 10,000 right now, when you put it into investment, is $1.3 billion. So these are the people you want to talk to. You want to talk to people that are movie stars in America that put money in early hand that we know of and we can't call their name. We want them too. Because if you don't do that, then you are doing selective justice. It's the same thing I was talking about. Say Eddie White is not a lawyer. He's a retreat expert, a double-door retreat expert. So when something hard to get, that's a guy you turn to. He's a contract employee of the State Department. The ST just named those countries. Among all the countries, there are only two people that beat them, Laurent Gbagbo and Paul Kagame for Luanda. That the only two people that beat the International Criminal Court from Africa. But even with that, up to now, they still want Paul Kagame here on the platter. They don't want him the way a country develop, a clean, a traffic. They don't like it. They want a head on the platter because they want see the Tutsi and the Hutu killing each other. Then the BBC there broadcasting it. That's what people want. We don't want that in Liberia. I was saying this, oh my man, no war, not that's a stop. Because at the same thing Liberia was saying when people were in Butuo. And the same thing they were saying when law were in Lofa County, hey, that could not reach them, man. And they reach. We have to be very conscious when we're doing something like that. We want war crime code, yes. But the visitor that came to visit the bereaved shouldn't be crying more than the bereaved. Ellen White is not a good person to lead the war crime code thing. He's a retreat expert. The only thing he got in there, that the contract he signed that he will get paid for to take anybody to the Hague. That's the contract he fought for. So all that other small screen you see, so people like Prince Johnson, you will grab them without due process and you will mark their due process. If you go down to Prince Johnson, even what crime will you charge him with? He will wear a uniform. For God's sake, you have to remove the uniform by getting a court order from the court martial of the military court. This is why I say that the president, Sekou was saying the president will use executive order. It will not happen. You use executive order, you can't arrest anybody because they have a right to due process. You want to arrest Prince Johnson and say that guy was in uniform, I need the military code to come. That same AFL will have to back Prince Johnson because he was taking order from that uniform, the uniform corps. So that's why you need a house, the both house, to sit down and pass a law that will mitigate all those things into one timber. So that way, nobody human right will be violated in the country. But you don't want war crime. So let me ask you, if the war crime, the way you're shoving it down, when you come in with executive order, what comes of the Supreme Court of our country? The UNO code that can be higher in the whole land. What becomes of it? It becomes nothing. It happened to Sierra Leone. They will start taking people.
That's why, Arthur, I don't know you advertising GHT or what are you doing? But I think you can fix a different background with Blaze. At least it'll be better.
Focus on the.
I don't know. I know, but here's the thing. Listen, Arthur, or they made Prince Johnson, that general thing he was doing. I don't know whether it was legal or not legal. Whether Uniform Corps of Military Justice will take care of that. But Emmanuel, the reason why I'm discussing this war crime court, the people are making preparation, bro. The people are selecting cities where the war crime court will be in Ghana. The people already put a committee together. They are working on the details. Adinware was invited by President Boakai to come here specifically for them to discuss the war crime court. Are we still thinking that it is a fantasy, that it's not realistic, or it's not going to be possible? Do you think Nima Kante men will go and take her arm because they're going to arrest Prince Johnson? You think Grandians will take her arm because they're going to arrest Tomo Yaya or George Bullitt to go and answer for any crime that they may accuse them of?
Likely.
No, thank you, Mr. Jero. I'm not thinking that way. For me, I don't want us to narrow the issue of the war crimes court. If we narrow it, the white man who brings it will walk away, and then we the victim will be victimized more. The war did not fall from heaven. The war was introduced by something was the cause. So I don't want us to leave out the economic aspect of the war. So let us include a war, let it be a war and economic crimes court. If I have the authority, if they establish any war crime court without the economic aspect, I will protest against it. Because guess what? Firestone in Labrador, Firestone has been for millions of years. The English sponsor, many companies came to Liberia, like BM Martin we are talking about today, that kill people. These are things that led to war in the country. People fed, money were in the country, but they were not getting the money. And because we are so blinded, we only blame president. So that's how the war against the government started. But the money that in the country, the war that actually that came to the country came as a result of economic disparity. Some people were enjoying, some people were suffering. So I want this thing to not just be war crime court. It shouldn't just be political. It should be war and economic crime court. War and economic crimes court. So that if you are carrying Prince Johnson, we will know who bought a weapon for Prince Johnson. So that when you are carrying Yaya Nimle, we will know who bought a weapon for Yaya Nimle. So that when you even going after Doe family or anybody in Doe government, we will know who getting the money for the treatment that way. America is responsible, in part, for most of the things that happen in Liberia. But they want to withdraw themselves. You see, America never wanted war in Liberia. War wouldn't go to Liberia. Can anybody think that it's possible that you're going to carry water to Liberia, or you're going to carry water to Liberia? What is the source of that war?
That's why the war crime code, the intricacies of the war crime code is very interesting.
That's why you should have economic aspect of things. I want to say
economic crime is there. This is where, listen, this is where Arthur talk about Benana Ure taking Thomas Yaya or taking Prince Johnson and leaving Benana Ure. Benana Ure didn't hold
leaving Ellie Johnson.
Benana Ure was the man who was buying arms for Charles Taylor. So buying arms for Charles Taylor, man who was funding Charles Taylor, can this man be left aside because he didn't hold gun to fire gun? Can Ellen Johnson be left aside because she didn't hold gun to fire gun? Those are the intricacies. So it is a war and economic crime code that is coming. My concern is how disruptive is it going to be of the peace? Do you think the Liberian military will be the one arresting Prince Johnson? Do you think they're going to put a United Nations force together to dispatch them to Liberia first before they can announce the sitting of the war crime court?
No.
Do you think they're going to bring an ECOWAS troop here to do the arresting of the people? How are they going to get Prince Johnson?
The Prince Johnson.
They're going to send national police to Prince Johnson to arrest Prince Johnson. How are they going to get him?
This is where Ellen White come in. Ellen White is a retrieve expert, security retrieve expert. Let's just call him bounty hunter. So he had the double door security. They are even more aggressive. The United States Army is afraid of them. They're like the Black Fire group, Blackwater, and all those guys. They are.
So how are they going to do it? They're going to want to Prince Johnson. Where people are going to come and want to Prince Johnson out.
Gibson, they will retrieve Prince Johnson before you wake up 5 o'clock in the morning. You just take Prince Johnson in the head. They did that in Sierra Leone. They did that in Sierra Leone before you wake up 5 o'clock in the morning and go listen to ELBC. You just say Prince Johnson is in the head. You already be taken. Why? Let me ask you a question. When they went to they played to grab Belandi, the CEO thing that took them, how you think they did it? Even the helicopter they were using, you didn't know that the Ellen White had 3 of those helicopters, the stealth one. That's why I was saying that day, this guy is dangerous. We are afraid of him for good reason, because what he can do, they make a retreat diamond for Somalia where there's no drone can fly over. They make it go there. The high security tough. You know, so when you're talking about arresting people that leave it, they're not going to, because Ellen White is not U.S. government employee, he's a contractor. So he contract security crew will sign that contract with whoever leading the International Criminal Court and Economic Court in Liberia. He will force them sign that contract. They gave him the money. They said, okay, who the first person on the list? They said that Prince Johnson, but he got it by 28 or 50 or 200 armed men in the market and say, you forget it.
Let me go to Brooks a little bit. Brooks is on the ground. Brooks, you on the ground. How possibly can we even arrest people like Benana Ure? Okay, let the Benana Ure can be easy because he's a civilian. He lives in Kirisburg. People can barricade that place, get him before anybody think of anything. Yeah, then before anybody think of anything, then he's gone and stuff like that. Fine. I mean, but how can we in Liberia? Are the people worried about the war crime court that it'll be a breakdown of peace and security? Have you heard anybody expressing that their happiness for it to come or fear? What are you hearing, Brooks?
Except for the actors, because you come to realize that there are already listed names. There are already existing listed names or existing listed names. And with the issue of the establishment, is overwhelmingly welcome by any ordinary Liberians. So there is
it doing it because of Prince Johnson, or do they really believe in it? I mean, that's another thing, because the fact that Prince Johnson's name will be mentioned, so they are angry. They want Prince Johnson to be nailed. Or do they really want everybody to be?
Let me ask Bruce one question.
I like that. I'm coming, Chief.
All right, go ahead. I want to ask you a question.
On the ground, you will realize that there were 2 major names during the war: Charles Taylor and Prince Johnson.
Right.
And even though Charles Taylor was taken out of here, and not Liberia that reported or complained on Charles Taylor, but rather he was taken out of here with the issue of Sierra Leone and Liberia.
And Sierra Leone did not complain either.
But Charles Taylor is overwhelmingly loved by Liberians. If you do the survey, even to present, Charles G. Taylor and Prince Johnson in Liberia, Charles Taylor will dominate. The name Charles Taylor. So for the fact that Chancellor was taken away from here, nobody cares or fear anything about Prince Johnson being taken to the War Crime Court. So Prince Johnson, whosoever, the people just believe now that all of those partakers that participated with hindering crimes committed to the Liberian people and against the state, against human rights, they should go and face themselves. That's just about it. So the people don't fear anything like, oh, it will tear the country down or it will bring war. There is nothing to fear among the people.
The idea breaks. They don't see it yet. They don't see the means for it. But we that can see it, we that studied it, have seen it, that's why we are talking. But let me ask you this.
Right now in Liberia, who you think really want go get in the street of fire war now?
No, you see, it's not about fighting war. You see the play will come from
for somebody now.
Right now, just your own national police shot 2 or 3 or almost 5 people. You have security problem. You see what happened in Burkina Faso? There were no actually terrorist group in Burkina Faso and Mali. They were being sponsored by French to keep the country destabilized so that the uranium will keep floating. Everything that people here, the Uncle said here do is about regime change. That's their main policy. The country is already weak. Okay, let me ask you, the TRC report, it was based on what? Truth and reconciliation, right? You can't use evidence for them to convince somebody in the court because you promised them that when they confess, they will be forgiven. So
that's where my problem is. That's where my problem is.
Because anything that you are in a TRC report, I already confessed, and that's why you're saying. And then why would they? You can't take me. What are you going to do? The president making mistake. If you want to do this, if you want to do it, you got to go back to the house. You got to go back to the boat house and you all sit down and graph it from the bottom to the top, from the top to the bottom. All the inches are being, or else you will trick on something bad. Because let's say you violate.
Who are those in the house?
Huh?
Who are those in the house or the houses?
Yeah, but Prince Johnson is not the only one in the house. They're independent bodies. The same way you can pass a budget. The same
that
way
is
you
why the majority of the ordinary citizens are coming on and calling for it.
So let me come in here. Let me come in here. Brooks is saying something. I want to take Brooks' comment seriously a little bit. You see, the ordinary people may not even understand what it is. Brooks, the ordinary people may not even understand the thing they are asking for the way you and myself will understand it.
Exactly.
I agree. Arthur's point is if the United States government, Britain, France, and other people, when they agree to this war and economic crime code and they want to arrest these people, there's a mechanism they can put in place. They can decide and call on Nigeria and say, Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, those we want 50,000 troops in Monrovia tomorrow. And then it will look like there is a contingency plan that they are doing, and they dispatch the troops in Monrovia, taking over strategic area in Monrovia. Or they can send their bandits, that's what the Frenchmen call them. They send their bandits and adopt them, but Prince Johnson is not adaptable like that. The man is aware of what is coming. He already aware of what is coming.
Okay, Gibson, let me ask you this. I want to ask you, even when you summon ECOWAS, the ECOWAS original law, there's a clause in there that you cannot wage war on a sister country. There's no war in Liberia. You bring in ECOMOS in, they have to get permission from the
executive. Of course, JMB will get the permission because JMB is the one who is asking for the war crime court. He's the one setting up the committee. He's the one who gave them the ground for them to land.
The executive can get the permission, but then somebody challenges in the Supreme Court. This is why
the war crime code are above our laws.
That's why I say
war crime code are above the laws of the country.
No,
that's why they are not hosting. That's why they are not. That's why they are now hosting the war crime code in Liberia, because Liberia will not have jurisdiction over it. Every decision from that war crime code cannot be challenged in the Liberian court.
Then
because two, we don't have any law. We don't have any law to be able to challenge it. We don't have any law established to challenge proceeding from there. That's why you see everything that happened in Sierra Leone. In the Sierra Leone Tribunal, in the Sierra Leone War Crime Code, the Sierra Leone court did not have any jurisdiction. From the court straight to jail. When the War Crime Code, straight to jail. Taylor went to.
That's the thing we say.
Taylor did not have any recourse for.
That's the thing we say. They did not set up anything. The idea, that's what I'm saying.
No, there's nothing.
They didn't set up anything. So that's what I'm saying. So let's say if I have a right in Liberia to bear arms against the government, even to overthrow the government, that's one of my rights in Liberia. Right? So if you come to me and say you're taking me.
To overthrow the government, are you right? My man, that one. I always stop you from overtrade. We want no overtrade right now.
But it's part of the Constitution.
Oh man, you're not overtrade, no comment right now. Okay, guys, can we go to the comments and then we'll close tonight? We are almost
that's what I overtrade. Yeah, just saying.
We don't have a lot of comments tonight. We have a few of them, and this one is coming from Attila Sky. Good evening, my dear brother. I'm watching from Grand Jeda County, Zouadrou City. What do you call baby? What the baby? We call him baby, my man. Be careful, eh? And this one is coming from Lawa Josephus Boyu. Good evening. See you and a good evening. I'm watching Salia Sony, always here. The man has 13 counts against Ellen. That's Amara Kone. He said he had 13 counts against Ellen. I don't know. It's not Amara Kone. It's JMB who have 13 grudges against Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So let me go down here to Alfonso Sikbear. Sikbear says, our leaders in Liberia are always backing the wrong things, always. And it's coming from Major Garfield E. Mason, all the way there in Grand Bassa County. He's watching from LAC. And this Facebook user is making a strange allegation here. He said, but JNB is also part of the war. Lofa Defense Force, JNB was part of the war. Yeah. So that's something we need to look at very carefully. How many people have accused JNB of this Lofa Defense Force thing? We will look at it in the future. This person is all the way in Sydney, Australia. And my brother is all the way there in Brisbane and somewhere there. Thank God that you guys are all in Australia. And Ishnan Ashin A. Kennedy said, we need war crimes code. Definitely, I don't need war crime code, but I'm not going to stand in the way of war crime code because my argument for the Truth and Reconciliation Commission is belittled because they did not implement the recommendations of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Guys, we say great debate, great show. We will take your final comment, Arthur, and then we will let you go, and then I will go, and Brooks will shut down. After 2 minutes.
Thank you.
And you come in next time, you bring different background. I don't have background. You can't advertise. No, but you can't advertise another. So you want to mean you'll be on CNN, you get BBC, you get Fox News. You'll be on CNN, you get Fox News.
My organization on that side, you see it? My organization I was talking about because people were challenging me. I said, look, I'm not against war crime. You see, we advocate for war crime in collaboration with GST. We did that. You know, so I was trying to show my organization in the blue, the CLN.
GST, Michael Gilmore, I want war crime code. Majority of that, Michael Gilmore speaking against war crime code.
No, he was speaking against the same Ellen White because he himself wanted to go to the Tom Lenton committee. They blocked him. You know, we all wanted to go to the Tom Lenton committee, the Human Rights Committee they set up to get Yacine Market paid and what was sitting on. But Michael Gilmore, he talking about he even had Associated Press that was reported to CNN about his brother. He wanted to go there to testify that yes, this thing happened, but not this guy. That's the point I'm making. You know, we don't know how far from Cinco to Waterstars. He war for 12 hours. You know, that's a common thing. But let me get to my closing statement. And not by GST, just my organization. I'm going to check who he left. That's all. But the idea behind it, the World Economic Crime Code, is not a bad thing. But the reason why you see the people in the Western world don't respect we the African because we don't respect ourselves, we don't respect our own laws that are on the book. Why is it that the United States government can tell the International Criminal Code that you are a kangaroo code, you have no teeth, you are a watchdog, you cannot take a United States citizen? In America or in the Western world, They quote in somewhere in beyond or Fargo, they can issue a warrant for a leader in Africa who is elected by the people to be arrested. But when their business people come in Africa, when they do something, you write the Justice Department in America, they will not even say respond to you because they just say what they know. We have to be able to respect ourselves. We don't need war chronicle coming from Ellen White or Ambassador Van Schaak. We, our own self, we can go to the Supreme Court or we can go to our senator, and that's another thing. All the people you're thinking that they're in government, they are duly elected by law, by their peers, their constituents. So what you mean that they in power? Prince Johnson been in power for a long time, but he's elected by his people. The people elected him, not George Weah or Ellie appointed him. No, he was duly elected by the people. That's one of his rights. You want to bamboozle that because you think that he's stronger than you or he got money more than you? What's the economic aspect? You ask the man, he say, I've been in government, I've been working. And I take a dime. If you can prove that I have bank account from 1990 to 2003, they prove it. We have any computer records that will state that. How are you going to confess somebody? You talking about truth and reconciliation. You say they put them on confess and you will use the paragraph hostile. They confess and they will move forward. 10 years, 20 to 15 years later, you come by and say, oh, we're going to war economic crime, and you think nobody will react? They will react. The one that are saying that in a Taisha, because they don't know the nitty-gritty of the thing. It will bring security problem. Like we don't have security right now. It will bring security problem, and then people will start taking arm. The weak administration we already have, the country will start going backward. This is why we're saying that.
What JB will be depending on? I mean, as much as War Crime Code will answer the impunity question, what does it depend on? The military is not even quite 4,000.
They're not even with him. That's the same thing with Tonobu. It happened to Tonobu in Nigeria when he pronounced that you are going to invade Niger. The military come and say, "You say what? Invade Niger? Our neighbor? What's wrong with you?" The senator that voted unanimously, no. You don't have power over the military because you know you're not friend. You don't want to make your Western brother, then your friend, they're happy because you were there, you're rubbing shoulder. You want to make your presidency to look more important. It cost Abraham Traore today and no other group to pull away from ECWA because of him. Nana Akufo still against him for what he's saying.
And the feeling they reconsider them. Let me see here. There's something here. Celia Sony say, I thought the man is on you. Celia Sony is on you. He said, Arthur, it bows down to who's actually in charge of the current government, brother. Is JMB in charge or his Boy Scout? That one, we already passed that stage. We already know. Yeah, we already know. Mr. Jeru, what's the number today? Well, we already closing. We don't want to open another Pandora bar because when you can't raise issue, Arthur want to respond. I want to respond. So I thought, thank you, man. Great debate here, great conversation, great show. We are moving on little by little. We hope that any of you who are joining us, when you come, just share the show for us. We'll be glad. Thank you very much, Arthur.
Thank you.
Okay, so Arthur is well, Brooks. I mean, you know, I kind of buy your explanation. My only problem is Liberian people don't understand something and they jump into it. They don't know what the War Crime Code is going to be. They don't know what the security implications is going to be. They don't know how Prince Johnson will react. They don't know how Tomoyaya will react, George Bulley. They don't know how Zizi Maza will react. All of these people, they are still in the country. They need to go to justice. They need to face their accusers. Even though they told the people in the TRC and say, if you come to the TRC and confess, then we will not use the evidence against you. Are they going to use the evidence that these guys' confessions at the TRC? Are they going to use it against them? After they promise them, they're not going to use it against them? Those are intricacies.
After you convince the person.
Yeah, it is a difficult thing. Because if you want to arrest Prince Johnson, now fine, you arrest the man, take the man to Ghana. The man is in court. And then the man testimony at the TRC where he admitted to some things or he denied some things, outrightly lying on an oath. And you come back and say, Prince Johnson, this is what you said at the TRC. You lie on an oath. But you told me you're not going to use it against me. or you confess, Prince Johnson, you said that this person was killed by you because of so and so reason. We believe that reason is not sufficient. You killed the person out of cold blood. Are you going to use it against me now? Because you told me you were not going to use it against me. But hey, man, we will continue to discuss this thing, and I thank you for stepping in there for Segu. Why Segu going to hustle? That's great. That's great to know that. I'll talk to you again. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you so much. What kind of hustle now? In the Mena Zogo. Azogo nigga go to the chief.
Azogo nigga go out around 12 a.m. when everybody trying to go to sleep.
Okay, folks, that's it right here. You've been listening or following the Blaze online broadcast, the Blaze communication as well, set to be going full blast in Liberia. And we have Mr. Gibson Jeru, who is our able proprietor and CEO, founder as well of the Blaze Communications Network in Liberia. And we had a panelist here drilling you through issues of national concern of our dear country, Mama Liberia. So those of you in the diaspora, those of you here in Liberia that have been following our commenters, our followers, we say many thanks to you. And we say also thanks to Seku Lasanan Sapewa Kroma, who also been here earlier on the program. And my name is Benjamin Brooks, and it's been a wonderful time here together. So God willing, earlier on tomorrow morning, we're going to be back here with more of what is happening in Liberia as we continue to breastfeed you with information that are desiring digestion about your own dear country, Mama Liberia. Thanks ever so much, and let us all have a wonderful good night from our end here in Liberia. Those of you outside, whether it's good morning or what time it is in your area, we say hats up to all of you for being part of the Blaze Communication Network broadcast here online, and soon to be having our FM on as well. Have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.